What is up? What is up? What is up, y'all? It is your boy Woods. I'm having the most special guest I've had. One of the most special guests I've had on the show today. I'm so glad everybody tuned in to Destined for Greatness podcast today. What we have in store for you is a lot of information. Y'all are more than free to ask questions. Everything. Today I have on the new varsity boys head coach of Lansing Everett High School, my alma mater, you know what I'm saying? I feel very privileged to be able to introduce this young man to everybody in the world that might not know him. He's a hard worker driven. I think he's great for our community. I think he's exactly the face that we need in Lansing Everett right now. And then they matched him up with Jalil over there with the football program. Two young, intelligent black men that I know can take it to the next level. They will take it to the next level, but it takes the community to come together. And you guys always know how I do, man. I always started off with a scripture. So the one I think that fits my brother right here is Timothy 1:4-12. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thy example of the believers in the word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, and in purity. And that's exactly what this young man is doing. I think that he's coming back for the youth with his spirit. I think he's pure about what he's doing. He's giving them great conversation. He's boosting these young men up. So let me go into a clip before I introduce my guest. A little clip of his news article to let you know a little bit more about Lansing Everett High School, new boys varsity head coach.
Head coach is in the midst of a season he might not even be able to coach. He sat down with News 10's Kellen Buddy today to talk about the wild start to his head coaching tenure.
Treyshaun Adams is in a unique spot. Though he's one of many coaches who might not get to be with his team this season, it's different. This year is his first.
It's unfortunate, if it don't get to coach this season. Main thing, we just want the kids to be safe.
It's a year Adams didn't expect to see, especially during his first as a head coach.
I played for Everett long time ago under Johnny Jones. I graduated back in 2002. Really big into Everett's culture, still have a lot of relationships with a lot of people that went to Everett, past, present.
It's a team he's grown to love over the years. Adams says he shares his team's pain of learning their season is on hold.
I can tell their spirits are kind of down because it was the day of tryouts. I just kind of pop in there and, trying to keep them motivated. Because, some of those guys already missed football and, a couple of them are seniors. So it'd be unfortunate for them to miss their senior year of everything in sports. I couldn't imagine if that happened to us.
Adams says it's been hard not being able to practice with his players in person. He knows, though, it's for the best.
It's a catch-22. You want them to play, but you want everybody to be safe. People are getting sick. And, we just try to talk to them and make sure they're being safe and practicing safe measures.
He says his team will be ready to play when the time comes, during a season they won't be taking for granted.
Whether if it's half a season or, we have to play once a week, I would, I'm hoping that they get to play, whether it's the start of the new year or, after these 3 weeks are up, I'm hoping for the best.
In Lansing, I'm Kellen Buddy, News 10 Sports.
All right, without any further ado, let me introduce, y'all stand up for y'all's new Everett varsity boys head coach, Treyshaun Adams. What is going on, my guy?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, I had to have you on here, man. Thank you for coming on Destined for Greatness podcast, man. It's my honor to have you on here, brother.
Appreciate it. You're doing dope things with this, man. I love it.
I appreciate that, man. So let's get into it. Like I say every show, nobody can introduce themselves better than themselves. So take it off, man. Please introduce yourself to the world that might not know you, Trey.
Okay, well, my name is Treyshaun Adams. A lot of people went to school with know me by that, or Trey. A lot of people I work with know me as my first name, Eric. Graduated from Everett back in 2002. Played 4 years in the program, 3 years varsity with Johnny Jones, and some other super dope players that that were there at the time with me. Been coaching, since college a little bit. My first job was with I want to say it was Walnut Elementary. I was probably like 21.
Okay.
And then I got to coach 8th grade with some pretty talented guys. that end up, playing collegiately. I was coaching Dwight Rich. So my last year of college, I did that. And then I spent 2 years with Waverly coaching. Coach Fields was the head coach at the time. I was assistant. So a good friend of mine, Keith Tate, with the freshmen. Uh, Applied for the freshman job over at Everett. I want to say 4 seasons ago, and interviewed with KC, who had just got the job at the time, and just talking with him and being very genuine. He called me after the interview, and he was saying, just listen to me and talk with me, that he would like to bring me on as an assistant with the varsity,
Wow.
because he can hear my voice and my plan and my thoughts, that I had more than just being the freshman coach. So he said, you want to be a freshman coach now, or you want to be a varsity coach later? So I just went over there with him, and I took on, and then just to still get my feet kind of wet, I did that with him, the assistant coach. And then the whole time I was the head coach of because they got the middle school and the high
Yeah.
schools now. So the 7th and 8th graders, I've been the head coach of the 7th and 8th graders, and at the same time being the assistant coach with the varsity. And then so he stepped
Wow.
down
So
earlier
you had a
this
lot
year.
of you had a lot of
So
hats you was wearing.
yeah. So just being like, man, when you like being in the gym, like it's not even work. Like, it's something I've pretty much been doing for free. Like, you don't do it for the money or anything. I love to be around the kids and just being influential to them and just being around and helping any way I can. So it was an easy yes. And then it's at the school I went to, and
Come on,
so
man.
it's that much. It make it that much easier.
So speaking of that, tell us a little bit about your high school experience, man. What type of player were you for Everett?
Man, it was a super dope experience. Like we had a squad. We
Name
had
some of the
there was a squad
players. Shout
before.
them out.
Al Mins, Maurice Benson,
My
uh
guys.
Gary Trevelyan, Greg Trevelyan, Spud and Woo,
Woo.
Randy Simons doing his thing with the training, Ryan Woods, Justin Brown, like James Petty. Like I can on for days. Like I just played with a bunch of talented guys. I was the type to do like my teammates could depend on me, like like whatever. If I had to play power forward and guard big old Jody and Dominique, and or whatever I had to do, like just I just wanted to be on the floor, and you just we ran a lot. We were small, Oh, Goran Sutan played for Michigan State. It's like I had
Yeah.
teammates for
Big
days.
G.
So yeah, then like my freshman year, you guys were seniors, so like Kevin Lee and Paul and all those guys were there. So like
K
just being
Lee.
around Everett from a kid, coming to the games in middle school and stuff, and being there, and even afterwards, like it was a no brainer when getting the opportunity to coach at Everett.
Hey man, so that's what I think that you're gonna be awesome at, man. You have a lot of experience with our city in
Yeah,
basketball. So you understand how important basketball is in Lansing,
right.
man. It's life. Like at the young age, you're gonna pick a ball up in the snow and go shoot hoops,
Yeah,
man. So
definitely.
so how's it been during this COVID-19 pandemic? You
It
not being able to deal with the basketball, being a gym rat like
is
you are, you can't be in the gym.
man.
How has it been for you, man?
I'm bored, man. Like it was like we were figuring out in the beginning, like they were doing like construction at the school anyway, and we couldn't get in. So me and some of
Hmm.
the guys that are coming back, we were working out outdoors. It's like 80, 90-degree weather. I got to take their temperature with a little temperature gun. Um, just at Kavanaugh Park, just putting in work. Just like I said, a gym rat. We just want to be there. And the thing about it is, my players, the ones there now, the ones that graduated, they're gym rats as well. Like they in my messages now, like, Coach, can we get in the gym? Coach, I don't know. Like maybe one or two of y'all. Well, my actual players, they said we can't get in the gym. I can't really do anything with them at all,
Wow.
which sucks because
Wow.
they're like, oh, you can do virtual stuff, and I'm like, yo, I don't have those type of kids. I don't have that. Like they want to play, like they want to, us talking about basketball over FaceTime is cool and all, but they not really with that. They want to get in the gym. They want to be active. So we just, we've been making it like we were on a ball like a month or two before the season started. We found some gyms that we can rent out. The barn they got out there, and we just have an open gym doing some workouts, and
Hmm.
keeping in the group chat. And then we had everything going good, and then the day of tryouts, that's when we had the 3 week shutdown. So we just been kind of
Oh, so
kind of
that's
the
what happened. That's what you were saying in the
yeah
clip. So the 3 week shutdown happened as soon as tryouts
the
happened.
yeah it was the Sunday before Monday
Oh
tryouts.
man.
That's when we got the word that everything had been extended for 3 weeks, and so it was just like it was kind of deflating there. So the like that group chat been jumping all the past three,
I
four, five
guarantee
months or
you
whatever,
has.
And now it's kind of just quiet in there. I'll pop in there. I'll say a
Wow.
couple of things, there we get some workouts or whatever. But it's just, it's different right now. But
So did you give them a kind of a workout plan to do like at home or something as a coach, like a
man,
program or anything for them?
I
Because
try to
these
tell them
dudes gonna
stay
get
active.
lazy.
Yeah, I know. Like, and we give them some stuff. Me and my other coaches that may be able to get them some type of ways. And some of my guys that come work out with me as far as like in just the regular gym, like lifting weights or just hit just stuff like that without basketball. So I
That's
got those
good.
type of
That's
guys like
good.
they come work out with me and do that type of stuff. Just to stay active, but they really want to play ball, man. And like you
So
can
question,
hear it.
how many seniors do you have this year?
Potentially, because we didn't
Potentially.
officially
Oh yeah,
have
you didn't do his
tryouts.
tryout. Yeah,
So,
so how many
like,
I tried
like
out? I say it that way to
as
keep it safe for you.
as far as like guys that I know that have been coming back from last season, I'll
Hmm.
say I want to say like four. And then I think all of those guys play football. At least three of them. I think two or three of them play football, so they've already missed football.
Wow.
But a lot of my guys are juniors. Like I have a lot of juniors, 11th graders that
That's
have
good for
been
you.
together from like the 8th and ninth grade, and like they're missing a pivotal season. Like junior, like they got a chance to kind of get their feet wet last year as sophomores. We had,
Correct.
I want to say, 5 sophomores on varsity last year, and this was like the season for them to kind of step out of the shadows and take over. And I was like, they got pushed back a little bit. So hopefully, we're still ready to go when, if we do get that chance to play the season. If not, we got a long summer to try to, what I'm saying, to take
I
advantage
mean,
of that senior season.
correct. So speaking of that, have you heard any word about the season? Is there a potential
Um,
plan, or just kind of everything is still in the wind right now?
as of right now, I hear they're trying to, because they had the football going, and they're in the tournament on the playoffs with that, so they're trying to get that or finish that out, see how that goes, and then to get the kids back in school after the Christmas break, and then if that's a go, and the governor says it's okay, then it'll trickle down all the way down to MHA, SAA, and then to Lansing School District for us to play. So hopefully mid
Okay.
January, but we just keeping our fingers crossed.
I mean, it kind of helps right now that college is back in and the NBA is playing. So,
Yeah,
it's kind of helping that they kind of took that road of opening back up and playing ball. So hopefully
right.
the high schools can get on that
It,
too. Because down here in Georgia,
y'all
it's
playing.
happening. Oh, they out
Yeah.
here, man. Like the
So
actual school that my high school kids that my kids go to, man. Our
yeah.
football team's in the state championship, man. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, man. So
Yeah, I
they full fledged
I couldn't even get mad if my players found like an auntie or uncle or something like Georgia
and
or
went
Ohio
somewhere else,
where they
huh?
playing. It's like, man, like I couldn't imagine missing a whole season in high school.
Especially you
Like,
play your whole life for this moment. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So yeah. So I have a question for you. Somebody tapped in and said, "Who all do you have on your staff, man? Like some of your coaches, some of your JV coaches, your
Oh,
freshman
okay.
coaches. What's your staff
Um,
that you have going right now?"
I'm sure everybody younger than me, older than me, my age, Coach McClain, Dwayne McClain, he's been
Correct.
a coach in basketball since I was in elementary, so he's still our freshman coach. Man, so much knowledge is coming from him. We got a guy James Jenkins. He's the JV coach, and
That's
he's
what's
younger than
up.
me. He went to Everett as well. Me and him didn't have a relationship before this, but he was KC told me about him and put a good word in for him. And then also, RIP Coach Smith, the AD at the time, he had interviewed him and he was, was telling me about him. And I was like, yeah, KC told me about him. Just talk to him and like super dope. Like you can tell he loves basketball.
Yeah,
Great coach. I can tell he's a great coach. Just seeing what he's done and how he do. He put a league together, like an AU league for us to play in and other teams to play in,
that's
just
awesome.
to keep it active. So and he's gonna be a dope head coach when it's time. What I'm saying, to take over. And for me, and say he's even younger than me. So I think I put him in that same boat as Jaleel. Just you
Hey
want
man, I don't
people
see you
around.
leaving no time soon, man.
Right, but yeah, but you want people that's enthused about it, like just somebody that love the game, like regardless. And he's one of those people. Coach McClain is one of those people. And then I got as of right now, who's been helping me or my assistant coach since I've been doing the middle school is Ashley James, and she played ball for section. She's class of 2002 as well.
That's
Great
cool.
basketball mind. Like I said, like when I got the assistant job with Everett, the varsity, and then I picked up the middle school job. I'm like, who, what I'm saying, who loves who, like I do, or just wants to be there, wants to be
The
around kids,
passion.
about mentoring, passionate,
You're looking for passionate
and
people.
it was like her, like she came to mind, a couple of my, former teammates and other guys that know, but she came right up there as well. And just, it fit her schedule and everything like that. And
Awesome.
she's been super dope for me. And the boys have a relationship with her. They respect her just like they respect me or any male
That's
coach
what's
or
up.
anything like that. And so, I can count on her to be there if I can, or if I'm be late or pick up, or if I had a conflict where, we had a varsity game and a middle school game. Like, she knows basketball. She loves basketball. She's right there, was right there with us when we was in high school, and even after, playing with us. And I just I like the thought of it because, like, as a man, we kind of sometimes think, oh, jump higher, run faster. And as a woman who's played against men, like, they think a little differently than us. So, your thoughts of the game, or how, this cut, or you can make this play, will work a little differently than I would think, like, oh, just go by him, like when she thinks a little differently, being a female and playing with men. So she's been super dope. And then I have another guy, Andre Robinson. He's going to help me as well this year. His son played for us last year, and he would be a senior this year as well. And he had a son that played for East Lansing. Somebody else who just knows the game. And I like having that, that older head, like,
Yeah.
I don't like to,
Yeah.
the most, like, no, like somebody that's been around and got a little game, and, what I'm saying, to help you out. So I like having that older person, that OG basically around, and, with him and McLean. So right now that's our staff. And then I believe Coach McLean, Romani McGarry, still helping Coach McLean with the freshmen as well. So we got some good people on
That's awesome.
board.
So you got to kind of cheat the system a little bit. You got to kind of coach the kids that you have, your kids now. They
Yeah,
got to
like,
come up
yeah.
with you.
Yeah,
So
some of
that's
my
actually,
juniors.
yeah. So
Yeah,
your
I've been with them
relationship
since
with
the
them
eighth
is
grade.
tough.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like we've been building to this. And that, and it goes back to when we were in school. Like, my teammates, by the time my junior senior year, like, a lot of us, we have been playing together since fifth, sixth grade. Like, it was
Yeah, that makes a
familiar. Like,
difference with chemistry, man.
yeah, junior senior year was easy because, like, I know these guys. We playing with each other in the summer. We play with each other for skills and Warriors and the Terriers and, those teams,
Yeah.
for years. So, and you can see the same thing with these guys as well. And it's a pretty tight knit group as well.
All right. So another question I have, man, like we were talking in the back, man, about trying to put together something like AAU program to kind of a filtering system, right? Because
Yeah,
a lot of our talented players, because of Lansing school districts, the issues they might have with the district are
right.
outsourcing them, their players and sending them to surrounding schools. So we want
Yeah,
all those most talented players right here at EV. You know what I'm
right.
saying? What are your plans with trying to get kids to come back to Everett that might have parents are thinking, you know what, there's no way I'm bringing them to Everett. I'm gonna send them to
Yeah.
East Lansing or
I
something.
think I think a lot of the parents thinking that has to do with the school district being in the city,
Yeah,
the school
yeah,
itself, not necessarily the sports program. So I just, just wanted to help build that up and, kind of partner with the teachers as much as we can. Like, Ashley's really good at, reaching out to the teachers and the principals and mentors and building that relationship. She's very good and head on with, player development and things of that nature, and me as
yeah,
well, more on the basketball side. But, like, I just like to build relationships, and I have a lot of relationships with different people in the city. Just growing up here, being from here, playing sports, coaching kids that that trust in me, and like, hey, I would like my kid to play for him or to be over there with him. I feel like they got a good thing going on, and
yeah,
doing whatever we need to do to be more influential in the school and things of that nature, and just being a positive role model where people like, hey, I think he's going to be around. It seems like it's some stability. Um, I don't mind my kid going over there, or if they got some doubts
yeah.
and some things, just a conversation people can that they don't mind having with me. So and then on the football side of things, you got Jalil over there. It's just like
He's in the building right now. Jaleel Ray just
oh
tapped in
yeah,
right
yeah, I see
now.
him. So yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He said
so
Everett's trending the way up. I got both. I got
yeah,
the head coach and both coaches on the show right now, y'all. Let's go. We
yeah.
destined for greatness. Let's take it up because y'all got this, young man. But continue your story.
Yeah, exactly. So just like with the football, with the basketball, you got some guys that, if anything, you can say like we're dedicated to what we're doing. Like, we
That's
really
what's
care
up.
about the kids beyond basketball, beyond sports, beyond football. Like, my players that no longer play for me, coach, can we get in the gym? I need this, coach. I need a job for the summer. Do you know anybody? Like, that type of stuff. Like, the basketball is good for now, and it's going to be good for some of y'all later, but just being a good person and, doing
Being a
things the
good
right
person.
way and just learning how to be men and good citizens and things like that. Like that's the things I want to help them with as well, because it'll get you a long way. It'll get you, being able to have these relationships and people want to bring you in to coach their kids
Correct.
or to vouch for you. Because if people didn't feel like I was a good fit or they felt a way about me, like it would have been
They would have
hard.
said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that was the majority, so just having those good relationships and being good people, just remind them of that. So. I just want to build a good culture, partner, like I said, with the other coaches and teachers, and just, have people feel about Everett and, Lansing sports how they used to, and feel comfortable sending their kids over to play for us and go to our schools.
Yeah, because that's one thing that I definitely want to say. You're coaching a historic program, right?
Yeah.
Irvin Magic Johnson Gymnasium.
Right.
You're the head
Exactly.
coach. You're the head coach of Irvin Magic Johnson Gymnasium.
Right.
So then you have legend Johnny Jones
like
as a
that.
coach that won boys and girls championships.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Right. Yeah. Like them is.
Then you have
big
Dez.
dudes.
Then Dez Ferguson comes through, takes the team to back-to-back semifinals.
Yeah. Then they went to was it the semifinals or the finals?
Oh,
I thought they went to the finals one time.
You supposed to know, Coach. Come on now.
Either way, I know they went to the Braves. Was that one?
But I know I went to the Braves. I came up just to see them. But the reason why I say all that, you have, and then there's Coach KC. There's just so much that you have to live up to, man. So what do you plan on bringing to the program that's different or maybe the same that these historic coaches have brought to the table?
Well, as far as like the same, I just like I believe, I can't remember who I was speaking with about it. I said Everett kind of reminds me of like Izzo with Michigan State. You have a lot of former Everett guys that still care about the program, who are still involved, who are still supporting. Coach Jones would have Desmond and Mike May and those guys come in and play against us, while we're practicing or in the summers for open gym. Des would have us come in, the same thing. KC, the same thing. I bring in guys like, hey, can you come scrimmage against these guys? Can you come talk to them? Can you go work out with Randy? Go work out with Maurice? Like we have a culture, like a tradition, and
a beautiful
and I
culture,
feel like it's been held up for years, and having a relationship with those former three coaches, like it does wonders for me. And still having relationships with people that were tied to Everett at one point or other, that helps as well. So just using that as a blueprint, and then putting my own little flavor on it, just using things that I've come to learn over the years, adding my flavor, how I want to do some things is it's cool. Being an assistant coach, you learn it because the whole time I'm learning. But you always see something like, oh, like you got your own little thoughts that I want to do this, or I want to try this. So that you always have that, like when you hungry for something and you really care about it, like I wake up in the middle of my sleep with a play, like, oh yeah, I can get such and such open.
Trust me, I understand. I'm a coach too. I get it. I ain't on your level, but I understand the thought process.
Yeah, so like I think like I'll be over here writing out specific moves or workouts for different guys that I think could work, and just trying to implement that when we do workouts, just so they can be a better version of themselves. So like I really like love hoop. Like even if I wasn't the head coach or didn't get this job, I still would be in some type of way in that gym. If I whoever got the job, can I be assistant? Can I continue to help? I'll still do workouts. Me and my guys last year, I was working in Detroit at one point, and we were getting in the gym 5 a.m. So we get in the gym 5 a.m., do workouts, hour and a half. I go home, shower, jump on the road to Detroit, go work however long, come back.
Yeah.
You like invested. So I just want people that want to be around and put that in. When you want to do something, like you can see it. Like if I just got the job for the little check or whatever, the players could tell, parents could tell, everybody could tell. Yeah, it's not about that.
Your passion definitely shines. I have a question here. It says, I haven't watched nor been back to my old stomping ground since my days playing in the 90s. Do you have a plan to reunite the former alumni?
I do. Just seeing this past, what was it? It was this past season. We played against Waverly, and they brought in the 2000 team that won the championship. And just the atmosphere of the building, it was like back in the late 90s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Like it was so crazy and so nice for the players to see. Like I've showed like clips to some of our players, and they be like, "Damn, y'all gym was packed." And I was like, "Yeah, we were just playing Jackson. It was a regular Tuesday night. Like it was like we're used to this." And so I wanted, and I was talking to some guys, Clyde McKinney, some other guys. They wanted to know 04. It was like, if I do get the job, I would love to, bring that team, honor the girls team. I graduated with a lot of the girls that won the titles twice,
Yeah.
So I was there for that whole ride. And just, I like to pay homage and give people their flowers while they're here. Like, often, we wait too late to tell somebody,
Yeah, man.
good job or
That's
you're
a
dope. Like,
Yeah,
so
Destined
yeah,
for
that's
Greatness gonna have to
something.
get with you, man. I'm gonna have to get with you. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to come up with some type of banquet, a barbecue.
Yeah, we
We're
gotta do
gonna have to
something.
do something. And and you can use my platform, man, to make the
Okay.
announcement. Whenever you're ready, man, we can go backstage. We can come up with something because it's definitely important that we have our alumni a part of. Because there's so many great alumni that we have that have higher education, that have companies and businesses that they can also is beyond basketball what we're trying to build here at EV. We
You
want to
can
build
see
something
it.
for our youth. Yeah.
Even during the alumni week in the past 4 or 5 summers that Calvin has, like, you can
Yeah,
see it. Like, when we
Infamous been
come,
doing his thing with that.
yeah, like just being that atmosphere for that weekend is so it's
It's
super dope.
electrifying,
Just
man.
people
Yeah.
coming back and just being the camaraderie, just being around each other for those 2-3 days or whatever, playing the game. Like it feels good. So I definitely want to do something. Like COVID right now is kind of putting a hamper on things. Like even now the plan is to, like, if we are going to play, like, the kids get like 2 guests per game or something like that, and there's a
Wow.
list. So it's going to be really limited, as of right now. So we'll see how things go with that. But I definitely want to do something. I don't even care if it's got to be off season during the summertime outside at the park. Just bringing people together. So I'm gonna figure
Okay,
that
man.
out.
Great. All right, man. So some of your standout players, man. What are some of your plans when it comes down to their next level? Are you going to be the type of coach that reaches out to different programs or even maybe outsource? A lot of Lansing
Yeah.
players usually play in the Michigan area, maybe go to
Right.
Indiana or
Right.
Ohio. Well, we don't. I'm down here, man. There's a market down here in the South to
Right.
there's a lot of HBCUs down here.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of wondering some of your plans with some of your more talented players that's going to go to the next level. How do you plan on helping them get to the next level?
As much as I can, and using my relationships and resources, but at first let them know that you got to take care of business in the class.
Say that
Like,
again, one more
that's
time.
it's not even them playing anywhere. It's the grades and the books and that type of stuff that's hindering you. Like, it's not your play, it's the other stuff, the easy stuff. Like, high school wasn't that hard, man. Like, it's not
Nah.
that. Just do your work.
It's the distractions of anything.
Yeah, definitely. So it's that part. But I have some relationship with guys that have better relationships with, like, different colleges that I speak. That I talk to these guys and they, hey, Trey, what about such and such? So, and that's one thing I speak about relationships. Like, maybe I don't have a direct connection to this college coach, but I know a guy who knows that guy, and just doing that and putting you in
In a position.
in a position to be able to do that, or to speak with these people, or have the opportunity to go to the school. But you got to take care of your business first, which they don't realize. Like, those books mean so much more than what they realize. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't go to class, it's gonna hurt.
So what do you think about right now, being that we're on COVID and a lot of these kids are at home doing digital learning, correct?
Yeah.
So that's taking a toll on some of probably their GPAs and academics. So
Yeah.
is there any type of plan involved with coming back to maybe try to have some type of tutoring program, because we got to get the kids back in the groove. They've been off for a very long time back at home. So what's kind of plans, not just physically, but kind of mentally and educationally, are the plans that the team to get the kids back in the groove again, man?
They kind of I know there is a tutoring program. I know Coach Jenkins has sent it to us. Shout out to my players in the group chat. Just let them know that if they need any help, we're here. Like, we all been through school. I'm working from home, so we're all making an adjustment. Just kind of keeping that contact with them. If you need any help, I know it's adjustment for everybody, and I just want them to know to not use it as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yes, you're working. Yes, it's different. Change happens, and then with everything that was going on, I was let them know, like, we don't know what's going on with this season. We just got to be ready for whatever. They might say we can go back on Tuesday and we got a game on Wednesday. Like, just being ready for whatever. Prepare yourself. Be prepared. Take care of business. So if they do say we have tryouts,
Yeah.
that I don't have to get that list, like, oh, such and such and such and such can't play because they weren't doing their work, or whatever the case may be. And just use those those tools that we give you. You know, you need tutoring, you need tutoring. You need help with something. I sucked at chemistry. I needed help. I needed to go
Yeah.
stay in class a little bit. I had to miss 20 minutes of lunch because it was either miss 20 minutes of lunch or miss the game on Friday. You know what I'm saying? So you just, sometimes you got to buckle down. But yeah, between me and Coach Jenkins and Ashley especially, like, we just being, available to them, and not even with me working from home and stuff, I'm more available to them during the day than I would have been in an office or something like that. So just trying to help them as we learn, and we're all learning on the fly basically.
Yeah, everybody's learning on the fly. All of this is new. All of this is something we've never dealt with. And then it's tough for you, man, being that it's your first year.
Yeah,
Right? So
definitely.
being that this is first year, man, when you actually got the call, man, because you said you put it in years ago, right? You put in the
Yeah,
work. You started out at the middle school level. You know what I'm saying? You worked your way. You said the freshman job is open. Coach was like,
hmm
hey, man, work with me, man. I might have something
right.
even bigger for you, right? So when they gave you the call and say, Eric, we are interested in having you be the coach, what was your feeling, man?
It was it was surreal, really, because like I
Okay.
sat back, I'm like, because first day was like, don't really say anything, let it get announced and send it to her. So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't, I told my girl, and I didn't even tell my mom at first. Like, I went up to the house.
What?
She was like, "Did you get the job? You hear anything?" I was like, "Oh, my interview's next week." Like, I think I told her like the interview was later than what it was.
That's a good one.
So I got to kind of sit back and kind of take it in, and I'm just thinking like, "Dang, Coach Jones for forever, then Dez and KC." I'm like, those names right there, and then me, like
Yeah.
number 4. So, or I know before Jones, but that's way before my time. But just thinking that from my line of being connected, and I just got to take it in, talking like I've been ever since the season ended last season, just in the middle of the tournament. I've been involved with my players, not knowing I was going to get the job or not, doing workouts, talking to them in a group chat, working out outside. So even they're asking me like, "Coach, you get the job? Who gonna get it? What you know?" I'm like, I'm even just preparing for the worst. I'm like, hey, whether it's me, whether it's somebody else, just keep working and doing what you're doing, and I'm gonna be here
Yeah.
for y'all. But it could realistically be somebody else. And and before I even got the job, I kind of reached out and I was just like, "Yo, what are you guys?" Because there was a hiring freeze, and I was like, "You guys are
Mm.
putting these." I said, "Forget me." I said, "You guys are putting these kids at a disadvantage because they're under my tutelage for these months, and then right before the season starts, you hire
You're gonna
somebody
change
else,
it up.
or
Yeah.
yeah, or even if it is me, it's like I can't really coach with any cement. Like, hey, we're doing this and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this. Like that could change." So yes, there's a hiring freeze, but also these kids need a coach because you don't want to lose kids.
Because parents
Because
will pull their kids, especially if they're talented, they'll pull them.
yeah, in sports keep like I know a lot of us went to school because of sports. And that gave you a little bit of reason to, all right, let me go to class this
Yeah.
time because you want to play. So you don't want to lose any kids because hey, there's no coach, there's nobody reaching out to them, they have no direct connection to anybody. So I kept that there, whether it was going to be me or not, and I just wanted them to pick whether if it was somebody else. I just want them to pick somebody that cared, that one that was there for the kids or whatever, just not there because somebody owed a favor or whatever the case may be. So I got to take it in, and I had to lie about it for a little bit, and then it kind of somebody caught wind. I think one of my classmates posted it, and congratulate me, and so it kind of caught wind on Facebook. So I
Oh,
just
it
had to
caught
catch it.
wind. It went
Yeah,
crazy.
I was in Mexico when it caught Facebook, so I
Oh,
wasn't really.
okay.
So I was like, let me put something out there. I'm trying to be a tourist and trying to respond to everything. So let me just put something
Oh
out there and
man.
let everybody know. But it was surreal. It was super dope, and the love that I've been getting since I've gotten the
Man.
job just lets me
Cause we've
know.
been looking, we need this, yo. We believe in you, man.
Yeah,
We believe in your energy. A lot of people got to see you, for one, like you said, they got to see you as a player, to see your type of dedication you had,
yeah,
your loyalty. Then they got to see you with the young youth. Then they got to see you actually in the position of an intern. So it will actually, you were built for this, man. You were
yeah,
actually, and when people seen that it was you, we were happy. We were
yeah.
happy. We were
That's
like, all
what.
right, somebody we could put all of our love behind and bring this
Yeah,
thing back to where it used to be, where them gym lines is packed outside.
right.
We gonna get it.
Exactly.
We trying to get it back to like that again.
Yeah, so that made me feel really good, as like,
Yeah.
and whether if nobody did support it outside, just having the support of those kids, like if anybody was questioning, like
That made you
those
feel good.
10 to 15 players, like they know and they knew and they were rooting for me, and some of them like, hey, coach, if they don't hire you, man, I'm transferring schools or this, just
Wow.
hearing stuff like that. So I knew that if they accepted it and they had accepted before I was even named a coach, it had to trickle down to everybody else. Because, like I said, like I just feel like being genuine and just being real, just it showed me the what I've been doing as a person, as a kid, as a teenager, as an adult, and how I connect with people, and how I speak to people and how I treat people. I've been doing the right thing because it showed when I got hired for the job. So I just appreciate all the love from there.
So, a big question, man. I
Yeah.
want to talk about rivalry city. What we gonna do about this Everett Sexton rivalry, man? We gonna bring this thing back
Yeah,
to where it's
we,
supposed to be,
we
man?
gotta. First of all, it has to get back to what it was like. Oh,
Yeah.
but that also goes to what we were talking about. Some of the kids going out, to other schools, these Lansings, Hoes, Waverlys, and things of that nature. Is they don't have that direct connection to Everett and Sexton like we did. Like they didn't live on the South Side or the West Side or wherever the case may be, and so it's not as packed. It hasn't been the last few years as it should be. But Sexton has some kids coming up over there too, and it's been like this last season we only played them once last season. It was only one game because we're different
Wow.
conferences, and we played it at Eastern, and it
Who
had
won the
the
game?
feeling. We won, but it
Okay.
went. It
Okay.
was it was a, it was a shootout. It was an Everett and Sexton game. Like it was like 74-77.
Wow.
It was a good game, but just building that back up, and like I said, getting the kids to come back to the schools and being more involved, that builds that rivalry up because their friends are coming and they want to
Correct.
support them and everything.
Correct.
So you don't have this kid been living around the corner from Dwight Rich for 15 years, and all of a sudden he goes out
Is
to a
it
different
Hope?
school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he
yeah,
doesn't know that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, man.
we got to
So
get that back.
we got to get them back, man. We can't. Hey, parents, man. Everett High School is definitely a great location to bring your kids at if they talented. And my man Treyshaun Adams is gonna coach them up. He has a wonderful staff over there. The staff is great because they're all about empowering the children. They're all about
Yeah,
making them work out. For one, that's the big
right.
thing that you said earlier. You got them in the gym. So speak
Yeah.
to me right now a little bit about the regimen, the health regimen that you plan on bringing. More than just like I said, the athletic part about it, the actual physical part of it.
Consistency. The one thing that not even just 2020, but even prior to this, just the different type of workouts. Like my cousin Dante, he trains. I take kids to him and just doing different things. Like a lot of times back when I was in high school, Coach Smith or Coach Johnson would be like, trying to get us in the weight room doing squats. I'm ducking. I'm like, man, I ain't lifting no weights. I just gotta get to the hoop and make a layup or something. I ain't playing on football or nothing. So just building them up in that way, and just training them there and putting them off on other people sometimes, like not acting like I know everything. I can send you to Randy, he can show you how to dribble the ball away. Like, why would I not send you? Why would I not tell you to go work out with him? If I got
Facts.
this guy that can do this, this hit trainer, this type of training. So I've been and even in our workouts, I've been incorporating different type of training that goes beyond basketball. So just keeping them on that, and just staying on them. And then one thing is good that I'm older, but I ain't old, and I'm still young enough to do a lot of the stuff with them, and
Yeah.
just being engaged and showing them and jumping in sometimes in the sprint or playing them 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. Because what's crazy is when I jump in like the scrimmage, or one of my old teammates, I bring a guy in, they play so much harder when it's
Yeah, they
me out
do.
there
They're
as a
trying to
I'm like, yo,
outshine you. They can't let
yeah,
coach do them. They can't let coach do them now.
yo. So I'm
They
like, yo,
can't
I'm
lay that one
30.
down. The coach shake them.
Yeah.
It's over.
I'm like, I'm 36, 37. You never gonna play against no 37-year-olds in the game. I need that intensity versus teammates at practice versus these other guys. But yeah,
Yeah.
they get enthused. They talking to me. They're doing the rotations, the help sides, so they play that much harder. So I'm glad I'm able to get in there and show them some things and participate, and then send them to guys that can show them like, he can really hoop. So it's not, I'm not sending you to a guy that's just, sitting on the chair telling you to
And
do
this,
it behind your back, this, that, and that. He can get out there and show you he can do it better than you can. I promise you.
yeah,
So
that's why I had you bring that up for us because I wanted the people to know that you basically have personal training. Like what happened is
yeah,
with our alumni, you know what I'm saying, with Benson, you know what I'm saying, shout out to him
yeah,
with his training program. Randy
right.
Simon, that's my little brother right there. I've always
Love
roll
those
with my
guys,
boy.
man.
Look, me too, man. And so what we have is basically we have a program. It's literally a program. It's not just a team at this point. It's a program, and it's something that I want people to know about. It was very important to me to get this message out because I'm tired of the outsourcing, man. I'm tired of all of our Lansing kids going to these other schools, and I wanted to make it a loud voice. We have basketball. We have personal training for basketball, physical fitness. We have tutoring programs. We have a young coach that gets out there with the boys. You know what I'm saying? He understands the AAU program. He's been working with these kids since 8th grade. I had to put this out there to let them know that Everett is back on the map.
Yeah, I'm trying to do good things, great things with them, man, and they're excited. I'm excited. I just want to get a chance to get to it, man. I'm like I said, I'm bored, man. I want to get in the gym.
Man, I want to see you in the gym, man. Like I said, it was definitely an honor to have you on, man. I don't want to keep you too long, man. Is there any more information that you want to get out of here, Trey?
Man, I just want everybody to be safe. I appreciate everybody for supporting. Continue to support with Everett, Lansing's, the area, period. Like I'm an Everett coach. Even, like I said, being there, I've had some guys that went to Everett and, they had to transfer, they moved. Like, I'm still in contact with those kids. I'm coach you in the gym. Yeah, me and Shamar and such, like, I'm in the gym with kids that he may go to East Lansing now. He goes to Battle Creek now. I'm in the gym with kids that have graduated and still playing. Like, I'm here for the kids, the people around Jaleel, Randy, Maurice, these guys that are around the city. Like, we have a good core of people that care about the kids, the coaches that we have in the city. And, I'm just lucky to be a part of that, to still be a part of basketball, to be a part of Everett and being able to help these kids out. So, I just thank everybody.
It was a setup, man. I'm glad Sean called. I set you up, man. I was trying to set you up to talk about your family business.
Oh, man.
Let's talk about it, man.
You can't do that. You can't talk hoop with me, man. I'm going to talk all day. I forget about everything else, man.
I was like, what else you want to talk about, man? Let's talk about this family
NBA
business.
Start tonight, or is it tonight or tomorrow? Yeah, man.
Thank you, Sean Furlong.
Yeah, okay. I appreciate that. Oh, but no, anybody that friends with me on Facebook or anything, they know I crack jokes. I'm funny. Like, I don't take myself too serious, man. I'm a people person. I love having fun. If I can make your 10 minutes around me better, I'm gonna do it if I can, or whatever the case may be. I'm always writing things, and with that, I write a lot of things and don't put it out there, or trying to write a book or write a script or write a comic. But I'll write a status in a minute, and people talking about, oh, you so funny, this and the third, so why not put stuff out there, like, just kind of holding on, like, I don't know if I'm gonna put this. So my brother, for one, their whole side of their family can draw like crazy. My dad, my uncles, brothers. And so I'm like, yo, like, I like to write, create comics, books, or whatever, and you can draw. Like, why don't we just put it together? So as I'm thinking about, okay, let's create this comic, I'm like, well, what is something everybody needs or whatever? Like, everybody need a calendar. Everybody working from home got a desk or at the office. So if we can create these characters, which are pretty much like loosely based upon me and my three brothers, you know what I'm saying? So I just, I gave him, I'm like, yo, kind of look at us. I want this one to look like this look like this one to have this type of personality. And of course, when he sent it back to me, the first drawing, I'm like, yo, I think we kind of got it. And he draws it on the iPad with the Apple Pencil, everything, which is crazy to me. So, I just write it up. I send it over to him. He draws it up. We kind of put it together. And, I put my little hint of funny in it. I'm trying to be with this calendar. It's a play on like all of the holidays. And then my one brother, that the character in the black is based off Brandon. He's like the super woke character, which is kind of real life.
Who he is.
Us. I may come in talking, being funny, this, and he like, hey man, such and such and such and such, this don't align, and these start, wake you sleep. I'm like, yeah, whatever, Brandon. Like, I don't know nothing about what you're talking about. So it's just some of our real life, but as kids, because I'm so much older than them anyway. Like my next brother, biological brother, I'm 9 years older than him, and so the youngest two that I got, they were 1 and 2, if that, when I was in high school playing ball and stuff. So just being able to do that and work with my brother, I've
that's awesome, man.
It's been fun. I sent something over to him a couple of days. He sent it back, picture like, oh, put this here or lighten this up, and just being able to work with my brother and connect with my brother, who I have a 14-year age difference, and we able to come to this and utilize our other two brothers. Like, it just feels good. Like, however the calendar went, just seeing it and doing it and getting through this first initial project was super dope to me, and it's super fun. And I got more things coming, me and him, and hopefully my other brothers, and just putting out different type of content. You got had a lot of time to think about stuff and do things in 2020. So I definitely want to get that out there.
Man, I think it's amazing that you actually did it. Man, look, I had to put it up there for you. This is how you get a hold to the calendar. Everybody
Appreciate
right there,
that.
check it out. Oh, man, that's what I brought you on for, man. I
Go
want you
on
to
there
be
and grab that
successful.
one. I appreciate
Grab you
that,
one.
man.
I'm going to grab one. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you,
Because I'm going to
thank you.
support you, man. I'm going to support you from this project all the way to the gym, man. We're going to take this program all the way to the top, and you going to bring home a state
Oh
championship
yeah, we definitely
once
we gonna put
again.
another banner up there, man.
We're going to put another banner up there, man. Yeah, man. It's definitely been an honor and a privilege to have you on the show, man.
Appreciate you, big
Anybody
bro.
have any questions for Coach? Please drop them in the comments right now. So are there any following words that you would like to say?
Man, just want everybody to be safe. Support every basketball when we get back to it. Support Lansing basketball.
Yes,
and
sir.
I just appreciate everybody for the love.
All right, man. Once again, Destined for Greatness podcast. It's definitely been my pleasure having Coach on today. Thank you for coming on, man.
Appreciate
And
you,
I'm going to
man.
follow up with you, man. Everybody check out that new calendar, man. Once again, we destined for greatness, man.